Good morning, students. In chapter 7, integrals, today we are going to take few more types of the integrals as standard integrations, and these integrations are based on the functions having x square and a square. Here x square will be the variable and a square will be constant. So beginning with the first part or the first type is integration of dx upon x square minus a square is equal to 1 upon 2a log of x minus a upon x plus a plus c. Now any example being given, we have to express in the terms of squares. X should be square and the constant should be also expressed in terms of square, and if this is the arrangement of x square and a square given, then its integration will become in this form. So we call this as the standard integration for x square minus a square. Now if the position of constant changes, that is a square minus x square, so for that the integration becomes, that is integration of 1 upon a square minus x square dx is equal to 1 upon 2a log of a plus x upon a minus x plus c. There is only minor changes in both these standard integrations. A plus x will go up and a minus x comes down. That means the constant is to be taken first, and it is just interchange constant and x, and the terms which is written up goes down and the one which is down goes up. Like that, the integration of 1 upon a square minus x square have the standard integration. Third one is integration of 1 upon x square plus a square. Now we already know that the derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon x square. 1 upon 1 plus x square is the derivative of tan inverse x. Now when we get x square plus a square, when plus sign is there, then its standard integration is 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a plus c. So when plus is there, accordingly we have to use the standard integration. So whatever the constant is there in terms of a, we have to write as 1 upon a outside, and tan inverse x upon a plus c will be its integration. Fourth is integration of 1 upon root of x square plus a square. Now you will find that the previous three integration what we covered, almost we have come across with a square x square, but here as the sign changes and the position of x square and a square changes, the integration will also be different. Now here root is there. Now in the third one root was not there, so it was tan inverse. Now if the root is there with x square plus a square, then its standard integration is log of x plus under root x square plus a square plus c. Now we need to be very careful while using these integrations. We have to check the positions of a square and x square, as well as plus or minus and root also. So accordingly we need to select the standard integrations. Fifth one is integration dx upon under root of x square minus a square. Fourth was having plus sign. Fifth is having minus sign. So its standard integration becomes log of x plus root of x square minus a square plus c. Almost these two integrations are same, but minus and plus sign differs in the root. Sixth is integration dx upon under root of a square minus x square. That gives sine inverse x upon a plus c. Now when we are using sine inverse form, we are not going to write 1 upon a outside. It comes only with tan inverse, not with sine inverse. So these are the 6 standard integrations, and based on these standard integrations, exercise 7.4 will be solved. So we have to always convert the examples of the exercise in terms of these types of the standard integrations. Exercise 7.4, question number 1. It is given as I is equal to integration 3x square upon x raised to 6 plus 1 dx. Now whatever the integrations, 6 integrations we saw, it should be in terms of squares. That means it should be having x square and a square. 1 is considered to be a and 1 square is 1. So already a part we have got it to be 1. But here x is raised to the power 6. X is not raised to the power 2 for using the standard integration. So for that, we will be assuming x cube is equal to t. Now why x cube is assumed to be t? Reason is, to get 6, we can multiply it with 2 and t will become t square. So when we substitute the values in terms of t, at least square we will have it, so that standard integration can be easily applied. So the very first step is very important. If the first step, the assumption is not correct, then the standard integrations we will not get it, and as the standard integration part we won't get, we cannot integrate it. So here the best assumption is x cube equal to t, which will solve all the problems of even the numerator also. Now calculating the derivative of x cube, we will get it as 3x square dx is equal to dt. Now taking up the question and substituting the values in terms of t for 3x square dx dt. Now here we have already taken up x cube square. If we do, it becomes t square, and x cube and its square means x raised to 6. So the value of x raised to 6 is t square. So in the place of x raised to 6, t square is kept plus 1. Now we have got the standard integration of x square plus a square. If you see in the list, that is the third integration we have got it. And the third integration says that 1 upon a. Now here a is 1, so 1 upon 1 will be 1. Tan inverse x upon a. But instead of x we have t, so t upon 1 plus c. This is the integration that we did. Now keeping the value of t as x cube, the final answer becomes tan inverse x cube plus c. That is the final integration. Second one, the question is integration dx upon root of 1 plus 4x square. Now already x square is given. 1 is also a perfect square and 4 is also a perfect square. So expressing it in the form of 1 upon root of 1 plus 2x whole square. Now if we see the standard integration number 4, that is given root of x square plus a square. Its standard integration is log of x plus under root a square plus x square. Now instead of x we have 2x. So we need to write log of 2x plus whatever the question is given, that will only come under the root. So we have written here under root 1 plus 4x square. Now this 2 is divided here. Reason is 2 is a coefficient of x which is to be divided. So 1 by 2 we write it outside as a coefficient of x plus c. So the final integration becomes 1 upon 2 log of mod 2x plus under root 1 plus 4x square plus c. Question number 3. It is given as integration 1 upon root of 2 minus x whole square plus 1. Now again it is already given in terms of squares. 2 minus x is considered to be x square and here a square is 1. So we have got it under root of x square plus a square, whose integration is log of 2 minus x, because in the place of x we have 2 minus x, plus under root of 2 minus x whole square plus 1. Whatever is the question given, that only we have to write it here. And minus sign is being divided, or here it is being taken in the form of multiplication. Reason, the coefficient of x is negative. So the coefficient of x is to be divided, hence minus 1. Now minus 1 we can take it in the form of power as per the law of power law of log. So we get log of absolute 2 minus x plus under root. If you expand this bracket, 2 minus x whole square will get 4 minus 4x plus x square plus 1 raised to minus 1 plus c. Now as minus 1 is the power here, and we will get 4 plus 1 as 5, minus 1 power, so we can take the reciprocal of it. Hence I is equal to log of 1 upon 2 minus x plus under root 5 minus 4x plus x square plus c. Very tactfully we have to take the standard integration, substitute the values of x and a, and if needed we need to simplify, otherwise we can keep it as it is as per the question given. Fourth one is I is equal to integration dx upon under root 9 minus 25x square. Now if we look at this example is already having a is a perfect square and x part is also a perfect square. So expressing it as in the terms of 3 square minus 5x whole square. You will find here the sixth integration in the list is fitted here. that is under root of a square minus x square, and that is sine inverse x upon a. Here in the place of x we have 5x, in the place of a it is 3, and why 5 is divided outside? Reason is it is a coefficient of x which is to be divided. So I is equal to 1 upon 5 sine inverse 5x upon 3 plus c is the final integration. Fifth one is I is equal to integration 3x upon 1 plus 2x raised to 4 dx. Now here x raised to 4 is given instead of x square. So we will assume x square is equal to t, so that x raised to 4 value becomes t square. So x square is equal to t. Calculating its derivative, we get 2x dx is equal to dt, and shifting to the other side we get x dx is equal to dt by 2. Now keeping all the values of dx or x in terms of t, the question becomes 3x dx is there. So instead of x dx, dt by 2 is kept. So 3 by 2 integration dt remains. 1 is as it is, 2 is also as it is. In the place of x raised to 4, t square is kept from the conversion. Now the whole of the example is converted in terms of a square and x square form. 3 by 2 is a constant which will remain out. Now expressing the t part as a perfect square by converting it in the form root 2 t whole square. So now if you compare this integration with the standard integration, we have a square plus x square forms, and a square plus x square form is 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a plus c. Now here 3 by 2 is as it is. A part is 1, so 1 by 1 becomes 1. Tan inverse of the x part is root 2 t divided by a means 1, so it will remain as root 2 t. Now outside whatever the root 2 is there which is divided is the coefficient of t. So the answer becomes 3 upon 2 root 2 tan inverse root 2, and putting the value of t as x square plus c is the final integration. Taking the sixth one, it is given here integration of x square upon 1 minus x raised to 6 dx. Now we have the formulas for x square and a square. So to convert x raised to 6 in terms of square, we will take it x cube is equal to t. 6 half is cube, so always assume the half of it if directly squares are not given. So x cube is equal to t. Squaring x cube will get x raised to 6 is equal to t square. Now differentiating x cube, we get 3x square dx is equal to dt. Taking 3 the other side becomes x square dx is equal to dt by 3. Now after all the conversions, we'll substitute x by t now in the example. So I is equal to x square dx is dt by 3. So dt and 1 by 3 is constant. So outside the integration. 1 minus x raised to 6 is t square. So t square. Now comparing this integration with the standard integration, we have got here a square minus x square. Now a square minus x square over here is 1 upon 2a. Now the value of a is 1, so only 2 remains. Log of a plus x upon a minus x. So a value is 1 and x is being taken here as t. So 1 plus t upon 1 minus t plus c. 1 upon 3 into 1 upon 2 makes it 1 upon 6. And in the place of t, x cube is substituted. So log of 1 plus x cube upon 1 minus x cube plus c is a final standard integration. Seventh one, given as I is equal to integration x minus 1 upon under root x square minus 1 dx. Now here upside only x is not there. It is x minus 1 given. So we will separately divide both. Now separately dividing both, we get integration x dx upon under root x square minus 1 minus integration dx upon under root x square minus 1. Now in the first case, first part if we see, we know x is a derivative of x square. So what we will do here, we will completely assume x square minus 1 as t. And differentiating x square minus 1, we get 2x dx is equal to dt. Taking to the other side becomes x dx is equal to dt by 2. So the first part is converted in terms of t. Reason, there is no standard integration. Now the second part we have not assumed as t. The reason is it is not needed as root of x square minus a square form directly given. And there is no x upside, hence here direct integration we can use it. Now putting the t forms in the first part of the integration, x dx is dt upon 2 root of t minus integration dx upon root of x square minus 1. This integration is carried forward as it is. Now it makes I is equal to 1 upon 2. To integrate root 1 upon root t, we have to take it t raised to minus half dt, and this integration remains as it is. Integrating t raised to minus half as half minus half plus 1 upon minus half plus 1, and the standard integration using here, that is under root x square minus a square, we get log of x plus under root x square minus 1 plus c. So referring to the standard integration, this is the integration for under root of x square minus a square. Calculating this, we get t raised to half upon half. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. T is assumed as x square minus 1, that is being kept, and minus log x plus under root x square minus 1 plus c remains as it is. So this is one of the typical example that we have. Solving this, that is t raised to half upon half, we will get minus log will be as it is. Putting the value of t as x square minus 1 in the final answer. This is the final integration that will be, we will get it. Eighth one is integration x square upon under root x raised to 6 plus a raised to 6 dx. Now if the constant is a raised to 6, then that can be written as a cube whole square. So for that the adjustment can be easily done. But when the variable is having the power 6 other than 2, then we have to go for assumption. Assuming x raised to 3 as t, so squaring both the sides we will get x raised to 6 is equal to t square. So wherever x raised to 6 is there t square can be substituted. Now x cube is equal to t is differentiated here as 3x square dx is equal to dt. Taking 3 the other side we get x square dx is equal to dt by 3. Now keeping all the values in the equation or in the question, we'll get I is equal to, for x square dx dt by 3, dt by 1 by 3 outside, under root, in the place of x raised to 6 we have to write t square plus a raised to 6 is expressed as a cube square, so that we get the form of under root x square plus a square. The integration of under root 1 upon under root x square plus a square is log of x plus under root x square plus a square. So using that integration here, instead of x we have t, so 1 by 3 log of t plus under root t square plus a cube whole square plus c. Now converting t in terms of x for the final answer, we get I is equal to 1 by 3 log t is being replaced as x cube plus under root, the quotient itself you have to write it, that is root of x raised to 6 plus a raised to 6 plus c. Ninth one given is integration sec square x dx upon under root 10 square x plus 4. Now we already know that sec square is the derivative of 10x. So to simplify our calculation and to remove sec square x from up and bringing it into the standard integration, the best part is assuming 10x is equal to t. So differentiation of 10x becomes sec square x dx is equal to dt. Now converting the quotient in terms of t, sec square x dx is replaced as dt under root of 10x, in the place of that we have written t, so t square plus 4. Now expressing it in a standard form of integration, we get 1 upon root of t square plus 2 square, that is root of x square plus a square. The integration is, the standard integration is log of x plus under root x square plus a square. So instead of x we have t, so log of t plus under root, whatever the quotient is there, that only is to be kept here, root of t square plus 4 directly from here plus c. Now keeping the value of t in terms of x as 10x, the final answer becomes I is equal to log mod of 10x plus under root 10 square x plus 4 plus c. So this is how it is being integrated, and the perfect substitution makes the example very easy to solve. 10th one is, it is not given in the perfect square form. It is being expressed in the form of quadratic equation. Now this quadratic equation we need to convert into a perfect square. So for that we need to calculate the last term. Now why the last term? Because the last term is a constant which can be easily adjusted. So the constant part is to be adjusted, taking it as what? Last term. Now the last term formula in perfect square is middle term square divided by 4 into first term. Now middle term will be the term which is having x. So terms containing x becomes the middle term. So 2x is here. Its square becomes 4x square. And the first term always we will take to be x square. Whichever the position will be there, but x square will be always taken as first term. So divided by 4 is already there. First term is x square. Now if you cancel both, 1 is the last term we have got. Now whatever the constant 2 is there, that will be adjusted with separation as x square plus 2x plus 1, and to get to 1 more plus 1 is added. So this is how a perfect square arrangement is being done along with the constant. Now if you take the first 3 terms, that is x square plus 2x plus 1, it gives a perfect square as x plus 1 whole square plus 1 remains as it is. Now taking up the standard integration of root of x square plus a square, the integration is x plus under root x square plus a square. So instead of x here we have x plus 1. So wherever x is there, keep there x plus 1. So final answer we get here as log mod of x plus 1 plus the quotient itself you have to substitute. If you directly put it, then the calculation and simplification part you don't have to do further. Directly you can keep it. So plus under root x square plus 2x plus 2 plus c. Question number 11. Given is I is equal to integration dx upon 9x square plus 6x plus 5, which is not again in the form of x square plus a square. So we have to convert this quadratic expression in terms of a perfect square by adjusting the last term, that is 5. So again using the formula middle term square upon 4 into first term. Middle term will be always the term containing x. So here 6x is the middle term, its square makes it 36x square divided by 4 into ft. Ft means first term will be always the term having x square. So it is here 9x square. So 9 into 4 will make it 36x square. Cancellation gives 1. So 5 is adjusted in the form of 1 plus 4, so that the first 3 terms is a perfect square of 3x plus 1 whole square. and 4 is written as 2 square. So the integration that we have got here is 1 upon x square plus a square. Now 1 upon x square plus a square is 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a plus c. Now here a is 2, so 1 upon 2 tan inverse x part is 3x plus 1 divided by 2, that is a, plus c, and 3 is multiplied with 2 because the coefficient of x is 3, which is to be divided. So the final answer becomes here I is equal to 1 upon 6 tan inverse 3x plus 1 divided by 2 plus c. Question number 12. Integration dx upon under root 7 minus 6x minus x square. So again it is not given in the form of a square minus x square. So we have to again adjust here the last term. The last term over here is 7, which is to be adjusted to convert it into a perfect square. So last term formula we will use middle term square upon 4 into first term. Here again middle term will be minus 6x. Its square will be 36x square. And first term will be x square. As it is a negative sign, so minus x square will be the first term. So 4 into minus x square gives minus 4x square. Cancellation will give minus 9 as the answer. So here the arrangement will be done, will be integration dx upon root of 7 is kept as it is, minus x square is taken first because it is a first term, middle term minus 6x, minus 9 as the last term. Now as minus 9 is there, to neutralize minus 9 we have added plus 9. So 7 plus 9 makes it 16. And if we combine x square minus 6x and minus 9 together by taking negative sign outside, by keeping them in bracket, we will get it all the terms to be positive as x square plus 6x plus 9. So this is what we have to simplify it to bring it into the standard integration in terms of squares. So finally we get the integration part as 1 upon under root 16 minus this whole thing is x plus 3 whole square. Now as it is a form of a square minus x square under root, it is the last form of the standard integration in the list, that is sine inverse x upon a plus c. Here a is 4, so a square is 16. So we get here sine inverse. In the place of x we have x plus 3. So x plus 3 divided by a means 4 plus c. So this becomes the final answer.